So I'm sitting up here and I'm looking at these things for the past 3 or 4 days, and whether I'm listening to music by a Caucasian or whether I'm not, it doesn't matter. I think the president, speaking of the president, man, law and order at this point where if there's a point they're trying to prove or something to that effect or something like that, um, it's already, I believe, escalated to a point where it's like, whether to the point of no return, whether the media likes to sway it in one direction or likes to create a platform for the history of the future or something to that effect. I think the people that vote, the people that pay taxes, the people that have worked, I think the people that contribute to society in a positive way demand their law be law and order at this point. Um, for safety reasons, for reasons of well-being, psyche well-being, for reasons of being a citizen of the United States, to be safe eventually, and almost otherwise risk losing the fact to say that that's something that, risk losing the fact that you say you're proud to be a person of the United States. Well, we're it's just it almost boils over into like a floodgate of like let's just get past like welfare and pregnancy and stuff like that and stuff like that. But if you look at it, to sit up here and say the collateral damage, not even the collateral damage, the numbers don't match. I don't know any other way to say it. People like to say there's no conspiracy theory. People like to say there's like a truth out there. Well, a lot of the times, a lot of people who I say are in New York have never even ventured out of New York, or even the urban areas. Have never even ventured out of that area. They're in the high-rise buildings, whereas in people in Los Angeles, San Francisco, or something like that, Los Angeles, or whatever, in San Francisco, have never ventured outside of the state as well. Well, that's where, people like Buddha Edge come in and say, like, well, this is the native things where they want to capitalize on, like, maybe I can get a record deal. Oh, it's not that serious. It doesn't hit that close to home and stuff like that. It doesn't. I mean, this is not the opinion of those people, because the opinion of those people, it seems like take a forefront to the opinion of people who work, or people who have worked, people who have been who are on disability or disabled, and such, and get treated like crap because of the mistakes that you put at front. The mistakes you put at the forefront of saying, "Oh, we excuse these people. We excuse the behavior of these people," or something like that. We excuse behavior. That's not good enough for a lot of the people that work for a living, that have careers or whatever, or whatever, or just and that's not good enough. I mean, and I can say that with all bearing of all safety and safety inclusions of like infractions of like feeling you're always suspiciously in a dangerous situation, where you feel like you're plotted on, or whatever the case may be, right? I think the people need the tax-paying people who don't take advantage of the system, who not into the black markets, who maybe not even follow politics, maybe just like to sit in their backyard and light fireworks on 4th of July and stuff like that, or something to that effect. Should get and should get and are entitled to a justice that has not been seen. That has not been seen. Has clearly not been seen, and is in the past 4 days. Let alone, however lifetimes it's been. To say, without racial slurs involved, without selling somebody a fake Sony box of newspaper, without selling somebody a phony box of a phony gold chain, without now basically lying. You know what I mean? That effect, something that, so rather. So You might say, "Oh, he's waiting for these. Hey, honey, hey, you got meat and stuff like that." You might say these things as part of the conspiracy theory and stuff like that. Well, being a human being, you kind of feel a radiation, or you feel like I'm not feeling this. Then you don't. Then you just don't. If you're at a point in time where you did, then you did. If you're at a point in time where you don't, So to sit up here and say, well, we want to see it, we want to make I don't know what it is, but it's obvious that if you have troops to go outside the United States to fight these complex wars, and you can't even hold down, within the soil, and just say within guidelines, because look, this is it's a poverty situation. I don't know what it is, right? Who's stealing? Who's behind anarchy? Who's behind all of the coordinations and whatnot? And say, oh, this is a political movement. This is a political movement. Well, in the end, people like to watch the news and debate on political topics that are just kind of like outside of the fact that people are breaking windows in the Macy's and into Saks Fifth Avenue, or whatever, you know what I mean? All these places and stuff like that. Whereas, like, damn, you know what I mean? That was just going on for 4 days, and the police, you just see the police just going on. I mean, it's not okay with a lot of people. It's not okay with a lot of people. And they say, oh, well, this is injustice. If you don't want to get harassed by the police, don't do anything to get harassed by the police.